It's week 1 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Chiefs and the Cardinals, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Arizona Cardinals. It's time for the start of a new NFL season. Always such a fun time of the year. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you up in the booth once again. And we could not, CD, have asked for a more exciting game to start this season. Kansas City, Arizona, two teams coming off strong seasons, both fueled by those high-powered offenses.
And this should be so much fun for people at home watching because both of these teams, they know how to put up points. How about this stat? Each of the last 4 seasons, we've seen one opening week game reach 69 or more points combined. I'd have to think that this game is a front runner to keep that streak going. Look, we all know about Kansas City. 4 straight conference title game appearances, but last year...
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Time to get our first look at one of the star faces of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City offense. Really the gold standard among NFL offenses since he became the starter in 2018.
When talking about Patrick Mahomes, what's a normal season for him is probably a career year for 99% of the other quarterbacks in the game today. 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, and a 4th straight trip to the AFC title game. He is making sure that all of us understand what he is doing is sometimes beyond spectacular, and his team follows accordingly. When he's under center, KC always has a shot.
From the 29, Mahomes looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
With every game, with every season, Travis Kelce, he just confirms his greatness. Streak of 1,000-yard seasons is now up to 6, and he's made 7 straight Pro Bowls, and his numbers have ranked him among the best tight ends to have ever played in the NFL. Another first down right there to add to his career total.
Mahomes' throw into the hands here of Hardman. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now?
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes Kyler Murray in his 4th NFL season leading this Cardinal offense. Already a 2-time Pro Bowler in his time with Arizona.
Kyler Murray had his Arizona Cardinals cruising in 2021, leading them to 11 wins, despite sharing a division with both of the NFC title game participants. It was also Arizona's first playoff appearance since 2015. Like his team, Murray's improved each of the last 3 seasons and would have set career highs across the board had he not missed a couple of starts.
Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. First carry for James Conner. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The incredible story of James Conner continued with one of its best chapters yet in 2021. Landing in Arizona, Conner was 2nd in the NFL with 15 rushing touchdowns and made his 2nd career Pro Bowl. The Cards gave him a new 3-year deal, ensuring that his story will continue into the future.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 40 now on second down. Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his
defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now Murray off play action. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he stopped immediately there. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman, a 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
These Chiefs to start 2022, where they were handed a very tough task by the schedule makers, not just in going on the road to face a Cardinal team that was 11-6 last year, but they're going to be the first team in NFL history to start a season with 8 consecutive games against teams that finished above 500 from the previous year. After today, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, 49ers, Titans. And that doesn't even count that they play last year's Super Bowl teams, the Rams and Bengals, in the second half of the year.
And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
It's Kelsey on the ground. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Clyde Edwards-Helaire capping it all off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Murray giving to Connor on the draw.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Another down on the scoreboard. The urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Mahomes firing complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd.
To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. First down, Murray. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Now Murray, he'll get this to Connor underneath.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On third down, it's Connor. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Andy Lee will come on to punt this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
Kansas City starting a drive, hoping to utilize the speed of that man, McCole Hardman.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
Now, this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Mahomes now on first down. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught left side by Hardman. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Brings up second and a yard at the 10-yard line.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Now it's Mahomes again.
He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling as the first half is winding down.
And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Butker on for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back.
Murray has it knocked loose, fumble. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Oh, boy, hang on here. J.J. Watt appears to be injured or at least shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Right back to Connor here on first. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, hang on here. DeAndre Hopkins is shaken up, so we're going to have a pause for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. An option handoff given to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Murray's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Connor on the read option. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 33.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Over the middle here to Brown.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Connor. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
James Conner,
a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals are able to at least get one score back.
Prater for the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken in at the 3.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Mahomes now to throw.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
From the 41, Mahomes complete. The tight end Kelsey. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
1st down, Kansas City.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Phoenix, Arizona is the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And again, it's Mahomes.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw again on second down. Mahomes.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And he'll be kicking into the wind in the fourth quarter now. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. Murray now to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Murray to air it out again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Cardinals 30-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Edwards-Helaire diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the 6. And he returns this to the 22. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
On 2nd and 1, Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable to what their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Murray's throw taken in by Green here.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Murray now on first down. That ball complete to Isabella.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Again, they'll throw with Murray.
That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
First down, Murray. Flushed out right.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. From the gun on third down, Murray. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. To Connor on the check down. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. And it's caught.
The CD always a little extra excitement for week one, and one of our early window games here in week one on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they will try to get